It is currently 9 a.m. Today I am going to spend the entire day only using my Apple Watch instead of my iPhone. Let's see if my Apple Watch can do everything that I need to do without using my iPhone. I need breakfast. We're going to be testing out battery life. We're going to be testing out convenience. We're going to be testing out Apple Pay. We're going to be testing out ease of use. I am going to do my best not to touch this. Let's see if I can do it. Today I am doing chest and back, so push-ups. I put the pull-up bar out there. I use this feature a lot, which is the workout features to track my workouts to see how many calories I'm burning. So let's go ahead and tap on that one. 3, 2, 1. So immediately I remembered how hard working out actually is. If I look like I'm struggling, it's because I am struggling. Yeah, I kind of feel embarrassed posting this on YouTube, but hey, this channel is meant to be a safe community, so what the heck? Let's just show you that I struggle with this fitness stuff too. But a few minutes into this workout, actually, I realized there was something my Apple Watch wasn't doing that I use my iPhone for every time I work out. Also, what the heck am I doing? I normally listen to music while I work out. I can't do that without my iPhone. It turns out I can't open Spotify on my Apple Watch specifically. Maybe if I had cellular hooked up, I could open it and use it like normal, but I'm gonna try to connect these to my Apple Watch, play the music from my phone without using my phone. Maybe I can talk to Siri or something, and then hopefully it'll play through my Apple Watch, through my earbuds, into my ears. In theory, this might work, so let's find out. Because otherwise, working out sucks without music. I really hate working out. Yeah. So the process itself was actually pretty easy to set up. I had my earbuds paired within seconds, but the next issue I ran into is if I can't touch my phone, I need a source to access Spotify for me. Hey Google, play the Waveform podcast on Spotify.
Got it. Here's Waveform, the MKBHD podcast on Spotify.
Well, I never had that place.
Okay, that kind of worked. So now it's playing on my Google Home, but not on my watch. So let's try to switch that on my watch instead. So on Spotify, you can pick what device you want to listen to your music through. So I picked Apple Watch and it bounced back to my speaker. So I tried again and again and again and it froze. So I kept trying and then my watch started to freak out. But after it was fixed, it still decided to not work and just play through my speaker anyways. So this is not going to work. Part of this issue could be because I'm using my watch connected to my iPhone rather than just solely my Apple Watch, which I wanted to do. But right now, it's just not working. I'm trying to avoid using my iPhone, so I ended up just going back to my Google speaker and putting the podcast on there. It's not what I wanted for the experiment, but for the sake of my sanity, I figured it was the best thing to do. But after a little while, I hit another massive mental wall. My goal was to hit 60 minutes of working out. I was halfway through and exhausted. I wanted to give up. I wanted to just stop right there. I was exhausted, but I decided to dig deep. I decided to refocus, to fight towards the things that I was working for, the things that I really wanted. And after a little while of pushing, I did it. Well, sort of. I hit most of my goals at least, but I'm proud of myself. Hey Google, lights on. Didn't do as bad as I expected. So I managed to do an hour of working out, which is what I wanted. I didn't hit my goal, which is I wanted to burn 500 calories in that hour. And that's for my Apple Watch. So I started at 98% and I'm now down to 88%. So for an hour of working out, that's a 10% cost. We're at 11 a.m. So nice, 11, make a wish. But I don't want to waste any more time. Get showered. We're gonna go shopping and see how well Apple Pay works and how much battery that's gonna use. Let's get showered quick and let's get out as fast as possible. Cold. All clean. Okay, so put my Apple Watch back on. We are now at, let's see. I had my watch off while I was in the shower because, I don't know, I find it kind of weird to wear my watch in the shower. I'm not really into that. So we're now at 86%. So just sitting around, it lost 4%. No, just sitting around, I lost 2%. Wow, I'm really bad at math. Also, the amount of times I've reached for my phone since doing this, it's been ridiculous. This is turning out to be a lot more difficult than I realized. I'm just more glued to this than I ever thought. Use this has been a little more frustrating, so the temptation is there. So let's go get some lunch, let's go buy some stuff, and let's see how my Apple Watch does. So first thing I noticed, in my car, I have CarPlay. I'm trying to use my iPhone today, so my CarPlay is not going to connect. So I have a wireless setup for my CarPlay, but no way to hook up to my Apple Watch. That kind of sucks. I use my CarPlay for everything. I use it for directions. I like to listen to podcasts in the car, music. I answer messages, phone calls. So that's one downside now. I just can't use it. That's one tick down for the Apple Watch, one tick up for the iPhone. And I know a lot of you might be thinking, why don't you just use your radio in your car? I hate the radio. I can't stand listening to the same 10 songs all dang day while I'm driving around the car. It drives me nuts. What? Stuff used to be 89 cents. Now it's $1.59. right, let's go cash out. Big spender. So that went through. It was only one payment, so I think my watch is still at 86%. You heard me whispering in there? It's really awkward. I'm not used to filming in public. I was getting some weird looks. I'm pretty sure the lady there who was working looked at me and got a little suspicious. She was behind me right after I kind of stopped filming and was like, have a good day. Kind of gave me a weird look, and I was like, yeah, you too. I mean, I bought a drink and I bought some yogurt, like kind of the most random purchase at a grocery store, but I just wanted to test the Apple Watch out. But so far, convenience-wise, I mean, I could live off just using my Apple Watch to pay for everything. That's not difficult whatsoever, so I'm down for that. Cops just passed. Cops just passed. I know I'm not supposed to be texting and driving, but I don't know about filming and driving. Is that allowed? They didn't see me. Okay. Let's get some food. Hi, how are you? Good, thank you. Perfect, thank you. Okay, that was a little less awkward this time around. I feel like I was trying to be a little more discreet with it, but Apple Pay works fine. Ease of use, convenience, I give that a 10 out of 10. I mean, I feel like it's a skill to go and like film and in front of public and try to be, especially doing that kind of stuff in stores and like people thinking you're like probably gonna rob the place or planning a robbery. Nah, I'm not gonna rob it. I was just kidding. The skill within itself though, I mean, like, try to be discreet about that. I mean, it's a whole other practice. I'm gonna add that to my resume. Discreetly YouTube recording content person. Yeah, that sounds good. They'll give me a job for sure. Doesn't taste as good as 89 cents, but it's good enough. There's a guy sitting right there. He's probably thinking, what the heck is this kid doing? So at this point, I was kind of just rambling. I was running out of ideas on what to test next to show you the comparison of the Apple Watch to the iPhone. And just when I was all out of ideas, this happened. Oh, so I'm getting a phone call on my Apple Watch. Can't answer my phone, so let's just try it on my Apple Watch. We'll see how much battery uses and we'll see how it works. So go ahead. What up? Hello? I missed the call. We'll call back.
Yo, up, dude?
What's up, man?
Are you working today?
Yeah, it's afternoon. So to spare you the boring conversation, I kind of just decided to speed this up because the idea is that, you know, this actually wasn't as annoying as I thought it would be. And it was kind of nice to just talk without having my phone because I wasn't distracted by looking at apps or anything. I was just able to focus on the conversation and just look at the nature around me. Talking to my wrist was kind of weird. I kind of felt like a secret agent, but other than that, it was a flawless conversation. Okay, so that was pretty good. That was like 15-minute conversation between me and my buddy Kyle. So after 15 minutes of talking, my battery is down now to 77%. All in all, the conversation was pretty easy. He heard me fine. And as soon as I missed a phone call, which I was worried about, I'm like, okay, how am I gonna call him back? It popped up on the screen and said phone call missed. Cool, tap it, redial. So I was actually telling Kyle a story on the phone about what happened to my dad yesterday. I was supposed to film this video yesterday, and there's a reason I didn't do it. My dad went in the garage to go work on building a toy box for my niece. He's been working on it for the last few weeks. He went in the garage. I was upstairs just out of the shower. He came in the house screaming my name, Blake, Blake. And he's there at the door, holding his finger, holding his hand, looks like he's in excruciating pain. And I was like, are you okay? And I just cut my finger with the saw. So we ended up having to pop into the vehicle. I had to drive him to the hospital, but he got 3 stitches. He's doing it right now. But that's kind of what happened to me yesterday. That was kind of my day. So far, it's been pretty difficult to not look at my phone for Instagram, all the apps that I normally use. So there's not enough apps for your Apple Watch yet to kind of replace that aspect of your phone. I can't open anything. I'll get the notifications for it, but I can't go and see what messages people have sent me, what pictures were sent to me. There's a person who started a live that I really look up to and follow, started a live on Instagram, and I couldn't even open it to watch it. And I was like, the one day I picked to do this challenge, I can't even watch this live. And I don't think he ever does a live. I've never seen him do one before. So mind you, the point of me doing this video is also to wean off of social media. So maybe it's not a bad thing that I can't open this stuff, but it's not great, but it works. At this point, my frustration broke. I was being interrupted filming by my dad, and one of my pet peeves is being interrupted filming because I'm such an introvert as it is. It takes a lot out of me to focus and do this stuff. But then it hit me. I completely forgot the whole point of this video, and as I was sitting on the porch just talking with my dad for the next little while, I was pulled back to the core of the reason of why I wanted to do this video. To live in the moment, to remember that this time with my dad is something to be cherished, something that so many people do not get to have over their lifespan, and that I'm fortunate and lucky to have, and I don't want to take that for granted. And to remember that everything else needs to become second, but my family needs to remain at the first. You love me?
Love you.
So I've run into another issue. But before I talk about that, let's just talk about where I'm at right now with my Apple Watch. We are now at 69% for battery life. I sent a couple texts to my sister. We called on the phone for a little bit on the Apple Watch, talk about how my dad was doing, which he's doing fine since he got his fingers. That brought the battery life down to 69. Hopefully that lasts until midnight, which is when I'll be getting home. But here's the next roadblock that I've run into. I normally use Amazon on my phone. I'm addicted to Amazon and I'm always buying packages. I have some packages ordered and I wanted to look up to see, you know, if they're shipped, where they are, that sort of thing. There's no app for your Apple Watch. I'm on my computer now. I figured the one way around this is go on my PC. I can check out where those things are. But I do not remember my login information. I have no idea what it is. I have all my login information saved on my Notes app on my iPhone because here's another quick story. So back in April, I got home from work. I was super exhausted, not in the right mentality. I had a friend reach out to me asking for help with something. Turns out this friend of mine had been hacked. They sent me a link. Dumb me clicked on it. I lost my Instagram. I got hacked into. They changed my password. We're trying to promote Bitcoin to friends and family. It took me 2 days to get back into my account. And I was so paranoid that I went and changed every single login password to every single social media or any account that I have. And every password for those, each account is different. Every password's different and they're all like super long. And I have Google Authenticator on my phone now too, required to enter a code from the Authenticator app to make sure that it's actually you. I can access neither one. So I have no way to know what my password is and get the code for the Authenticator. I'm locked out for the day, which sucks. Another downfall for the Apple Watch. Even the Notes app, like just let me see what my notes are I can add to it. Like I looked around. I'm now at 67% battery life on the Apple Watch. I leave for work in about half an hour, so I really have to rush and get ready right now and better get changed. All right, so my watch is currently at 64%. I'm now headed to work. I am extremely tired. Talking to the camera all day is like hard on me. I feel like this is a lot more talking than what I'm used to. So I'm gonna stop and get some coffee. Good chance to use, it's a good chance to use Apple Pay.
Welcome return. Do you have rewards card?
No. I just realized another problem. Can I get a medium regular with almond milk, please? So that's another roadblock that I went into. At Tim Hortons in Canada, we get a points card that we can use to scan, and after so many points, we get free coffee. On my iPhone, I have the card stored in my Apple Wallet. There's no points cards to scan anything. Now, I don't know if I'm missing it somewhere. I don't know if it's something that I did, but it's not on here that I can scan it. So if I double click, it's just debit, but I have no way to scan my points card on anything that I have. Look, I did that. I'm sorry, that was weird. I think one of the hardest things to adjust to was using the voice to text feature on my Apple Watch. I mean, there is a swipe feature, but that just sucks completely. Okay, so now I'm on my lunch. I managed to get 5 games downloaded onto my Apple Watch. So after downloading the games, I went down to about 44% from what I was before. So it took a bit of chunk out of trying to find reception and get those games downloaded onto the Apple Watch. It's like Pong. Oh, I used the crown. Okay, oh, I lost. I was not good at this game. I just kept losing again and again and again. This is embarrassing. I quit. All right, let's go on to the next one. This by far was the best game that I tried out of all 5. It reminded me so much of that game called Flappy Bird that we used to play years back that just went completely viral. And it was fun, although I did suck at it. And after a while, I eventually hit to number 3, but I suck at games. I didn't bother showing you guys the other games just because they really were not good games whatsoever. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, those games got pretty boring pretty quick. Didn't kill much battery life, but I mean, if I was playing that for a lot longer, it probably would drain a bit more. I feel like that one game where the screen is like super bright, like the Pong style one. I think the screen being so white and so bright would definitely cause the battery to drain a bit more if I had a bit more patience, but they're not overly fun. It's all right, I guess, in a crunch if you're really bored, but other than that, I don't really care for it. So this is a really big downside. I now have to go and clean this entire place and I have no music. Another big downside of just using my Apple Watch, no music to listen to. The rest of the night was actually pretty dull. I mean, I didn't want to show you guys me cleaning, and even though I was bored out of my mind with no entertainment whatsoever, it gave me time to actually reflect on the day and all that had happened. There was something about not having social media that really allowed me to like relax and be happy. I thought back to the time I spent with my dad and remembered that this is the whole purpose of what I'm doing. This is the reason we live, is to spend time with our family, not to be glued to our phone screens, and that being separated from social media is probably the healthiest thing that could have happened to me today. And it showed me how addicted I am to constantly want to check my phone and check social media and look up all these posts that just don't matter in the span of life. We drown our thoughts with social media, distract our brains with screens and videos. Sometimes all we need is separation from those things to just really understand what life is really about. And I'm thankful for this challenge. That was a long day. All in all, I think this experiment was pretty worth it, though. I mean, I still had some more issues. I mean, I was pretty bored the last couple hours trying to do all my work with no music or podcast to entertain myself. And even my drive home was just like super quiet. It's too quiet. Also, it's 12:20 a.m. right now, and my Apple Watch is at 16%. I didn't really use it the last couple hours, so I don't know how it dropped so much in that time span. I probably didn't use the Apple Watch to the full extent that some other people might have. Mind you, it was a nice break from social media, but I still don't think the Apple Watch is there yet to replace everything that I needed to do for my iPhone. If you stuck around to see how good an Apple Watch might be and if it's worth getting one, I'd still recommend it. And if you do end up getting one, I'm gonna link a playlist right here. It's going to show you exactly how you can set it up, all the things you can do with it. And it's a lot more in depth than just me doing this challenge. So go check that out, and I'm going to bed. Good night.